Hey guys, it's Carol again with Refunction Crafts, and I'm going to bring you a video today on altering these little signs that you get from the Dollar Tree. And these actually come in, I can't find my other little piece. They come in a bare wood, and the wood looks basically like this tongue depressor when you buy them. I painted mine already because I wanted to have them prepped and ready to go for the video, but they just come in a natural raw wood like this. So I took this outside and I sprayed it, and then I actually covered the top of it, the front part of it, with some chalk paint that I have just to give it a real flat look, and it actually is a little bit brighter white than the spray that I used. So covered really well in the first spray with the spray, so if you just want to use that, that works great. And these, what they are is they're little light up signs, and they have a little tea light on the inside and it glows like a yellow. And I'm going to show you the one that I've already done. This is the one that I already completed, and it says thankful, grateful, blessed. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to turn on the light for you so that you guys can see what it looks like lit up. And let me turn off my other light because it's too bright. And we'll turn off this other light too. There we go. So this is what it looks like lit up. Let me turn off one more light just to get a full effect. It's light outside, so it's a little bit hard to do this and have you guys really see it, but there you go. Now you can see it really well. So I took it and I embellished it with lots of flowers. Some people would say too many flowers. I think it's just enough, but this is the one that I've already completed, and I think it came out super duper cute. So we're going to be doing another one, and this one, I have some glue strings under there that I need to pull out. Anyway, let me turn the light off on this one because I don't want to burn it out. So that's what it looks like unlit. Super pretty, you guys. I just loved these when I saw them, and I took and put rhinestones around the edges here, and I just think it came out so pretty and so classy looking. And I love these. I need to go get some more of them. This one will be for sale in my Etsy shop in case anybody is interested, and it's done in purples and lavenders. And look at, I used a piece of bling that I got from Kiki's sale on this one. I love this piece of bling. It has a little dangle on the bottom of it, but I just think this came out super duper pretty. So that's the first one that I made. I'm going to put that aside here so that I don't mess it up. And so this one that I'm going to do today, it says, count your blessings. Isn't that cute? And this one's just a square, and I painted it all the way around. I'm not going to turn the light on this one right now, just because there's no reason to until it's done. And this one we're going to be doing in reds. I decided to do something red today, you guys. And I know I've got a ton of embellishments here. All of them will not be used, but I just threw them all in the bag just for giggles, and that way I know I've got different things that I can use. So I've got some roses, I've got some trim. This one is actually going to have feet on it. I'm going to use, I got these, I don't think she has any right now, but I got these from Kiki's sale, and they're really pretty feet. So I'm going to be using them on this one because I thought this one's kind of a really classic looking piece, and I wanted to really fancy it up a lot. So I just decided that I wanted to use some feet on it. I happened to come across those the other day, and I hadn't used them yet. in anything, and I've had them for quite some time. So now they get to be used. So anyway, what I'm going to start with is I am going to put some rhinestone around the outside of this. And I think what I want to do first, though, is I'm going to put the feet on before I do anything else, because I want to make sure those are going to go on and fit and be okay. And I just thought of something that may get in my way, because, whoops, let's see. Oops, wrong way. What am I doing here? Oh my goodness. There, okay. Oh no, they'll work. I was worried about how those were going to come across, and it actually looks good that they meet in the middle. So we're going to be gluing these on. We're not going to screw them on. They have little places where you can put screws in them, but we're not going to be doing that today. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put some E6000 on these. And I'm just going to put it kind of in the corner here a little bit. And I'm going to put a dot of hot glue. I'm going to put that in a spot where I don't have the E6000. And I'm just going to put that guy on there. And I have a little spot where I can see a little ooze of glue, so I'm going to get that glue out of there while it's still wet. Okay, and we're just going to do that to all 4 feet and get those on first thing. So, E6000. And I'm just going to put the E6000 on all of these, kind of in the corners there, because I should be able to get these on relatively quickly. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today, for me, I don't know that you'll be watching this video today, but for me, today is July 5th. And so I'm just putting a couple of dots of hot glue there. Yesterday was the 4th of July and we did not do a thing, but oh my goodness, you guys, if you have dogs, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you have dogs with a little bit of OCD, which mine does, my little dog. Since my big dog passed away, she has become a wreck. It's awful. She's just not herself. And I know it's because she misses Juju Bee, and I feel so bad for her. I know how she misses her because I miss her so much too. But it just is really sad to see her react the way that she has to Juju's passing. She's, for some reason now, all of a sudden afraid to use the doggy door. So there we go. We have feet. All 4 feet are on there. Anyway, she's afraid to use the doggy door all of a sudden. And so I wiped down the doggy door really good, so that I was thinking, you know, my thought process was get Juju's smell off of it and make it, you know, so that she would want to use it, and she's still having issues. I don't know what that's all about, to be honest, but I feel so bad for her. I just really feel bad for her. It's rough. Okay, and then we're going to take our rhinestone chain, and I'm going to have it facing forward around this. So what I need to do is I'm going to take and lay it down flat. And I'm just going to run this along that edge in the direction that it's going to go so that I get exactly the right amount. And I think actually what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut this at the corners because these are sharp corners. And I think if I don't cut the corners, it's not gonna come out right. So I just need to make sure I hang. The one thing you need to make sure when you cut the corners off like that is make sure that you've got a rhinestone coming out over the edge, because you're gonna put the first row down this way and you want them to meet and make a perfect square. And so I'm just gonna give you a, for instance, so I would have this rhinestone chain up against the sides and it goes right up to the edge. Well, I want this one to come out and meet that rhinestone. And then I've got a perfect corner. So just make sure that when you're cutting it to the right size. And I'm actually gonna cut this a couple of stones bigger because these rhinestones, you can push them together, and I'd rather have to push them together than to try and pull them. And so this one, I know I can cut the same size as the first side because, well, you know, I'm going to go ahead and measure it anyway because you never know. The sides should be exactly the same, but you never know. So I'm going to cut that one right there. And I still have some chain left. Yay. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it all in this or not. It seemed like I was going to need more. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my E6000 and I'm going to go around the entire outside of this. Okay, get that little bit off the end of it there. So I'm just going to go around this whole edge. And I know some of you might say, why don't you just put it on the front? I don't want to do that. Number one, I have embellishments that I'm going to be using in the front that I want to make sure I have an even line for them to follow. And if I put this over the top, then it creates that extra bulk over the front of it that I don't want. So with this, if you do it all around the edge like that, you need to work kind of fast. So I'm just going to start really quickly putting my rhinestone on, having it face the front. So it's facing this direction. And I just got glue all over my hand. Ugh. And with E6000, you can see I just put this on there. And it really holds pretty well from the get-go. You might have to go back and adjust a little bit here and there, but it really holds relatively well. And within a couple of minutes, this will stay on and it won't droop or do anything like that. So I'm just going to keep going back to that and checking it. I'm going to put a little bit on the tips of the rhinestones on the sides. In fact, I think I'm going to do this side next. And that just fell, didn't it? Oh, doggone it. guess I didn't wait long enough. Now it's probably sticky enough. In fact, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to press that rhinestone down the way that I want it so that the stones are facing the front. I don't like pressing this up against the napkin that's on my table because I don't want it to stick. But this is the only way I think I can do this and make sure that it doesn't fall off. And I'm just adding a little bit more E6000 to this top section because it's taking me a little bit longer than I expected. So now I'll get this top one on, and I'm sorry you guys can't see what I'm doing at the moment, but I will flip it over and show you. I just don't want this to fall off, and this is the easiest way to do this. If you've got a flat surface that you're working on, this is the easy way to do it and get your chain on straight because it's laying on a flat surface and not having it stick out or whatever on the front or on the sides, and it's not all crooked and what have you. So this is the reason that I do this sometimes. On a lot of my projects, I have a larger space to work with. Like when I'm doing a tin and I'm putting it around the edge, I have a larger space to work with, so it will lay on there a little bit better. But on this, I have this like 1/8 of an inch to work with, and that's not much. So this way I know everything's going to be straight and pretty, and we're going to be good to go. And then I will take my tongue depressor and just kind of go up against the back and make sure when I press, if there's anything that's kind of sticking up in the back, this will press it straight. I'm not really pressing on the rhinestones, I'm pressing on the wood. So there we have it. We've got our pretty rhinestones all around the edge there. Whoopsie, almost lost it. I would have had to do it all over again. Okay, so that's on there. That is probably the hardest part of this whole project. So now I'm looking at this, getting kind of a good view of what it looks like and where I want to put stuff. This one corner is probably wetter than the rest of it. It probably has a bigger blob of E6000 and it wants to fall a little bit. But the rest of these, you can see they're just sitting on there that fast. They're just sitting on there and they're holding their position. So we're good. So that's one of the reasons I like using E6000 is that it does start to set up fairly quickly. Sometimes not as quick as I'd like it, but that's okay. It's still quicker than other glues that I've tried. And I will not use super glue because I just don't feel like it keeps its integrity. So, okay, let's start putting some flowers. We're going to start building on this. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to start adding to the top of this. Oh, wait. I do have one more thing that I want to put on here. I've got these corner pieces that I'm going to put on. I also, I think I got these from Kiki's sale a while back. And those are going to go up in these corners. I'm just trying to decide if I want to put them up over the rhinestones or under the rhinestones. And actually I am going to put them over the rhinestones, and the reason being is that it leaves me with more room to work with my flowers and stuff, and I just think it looks better. And let me get this one flipped over. I'm just going to go ahead and put E6000 on both of these so that I can get them both on relatively quickly here. Not too much. We don't want a whole bunch oozing out. And I'm going to take these so that you can see it. And I'm going to start them in the corner here, and I'm just going to lay them right there. And this one as well. There we go. And that's why I said this one's going to be kind of a more, a little bit classed up version, if you will, of this project. So I just thought, you know, I really want to make it pretty and classic, and, you know, I don't do a lot of red stuff, but I thought these would be really pretty, and one of these would be pretty in red. And this one just screamed red to me. Okay, let me just turn this around a little bit. I just want to do a little bit of organizing here because I definitely don't want to cover up the words that are on the front of this. So that's why I have to be careful not to go too crazy with my flowers, because I don't want to cover that stuff up. I've got 3 rosebuds that I'm going to wind together here. Actually, do I want these or do I want these? I'm going to use the bigger ones. Actually, you know what? No, because the other ones are really kind of a bright red, and that's not really what I'm going for in this. So I'm just going to take these and twist them together here a little bit. There we go. This one just has a little, what looks like a little piece of glue behind there. And I don't want glue sticking out. And I'm just going to cut this off a little bit. I just have to decide where I want it to come out from. Okay, well, let me just go ahead and start cutting a couple of these other flowers off here, because I think I'm going to use at least one of these roses here for that little bit of contrast. And I have a couple of my organza roses that I made that I was thinking about using in this. Maybe I'll put them in a different location. Okay, and I do have this one little rose here, and then I'm going to take and have these kind of popping out like that. Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to start gluing these down. Putting a good amount of hot glue there, and I'm just positioning this so that it's not covering the letters here. And then this one, I'm going to pop kind of underneath that first flower a little bit. I want this one to kind of overhang on that one. Okay. And then we're going to take this red rose and we're going to put it right there. And this one's a little bit brighter red, but that's okay because we do want to have a little bit of contrast. I do anyway. I feel contrast is kind of a necessary thing. And I'm going to put, I want to put one of these over here too. I don't know. I haven't decided. Okay. I'm going to lay these down now. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right on the back side here. And I'm going to push that behind there. I just have to decide how I want these to lay. Okay, that'll do good. And then I have this tiny rose that I'm going to put back behind that first bud. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It came apart. I kind of had a feeling it didn't feel quite right, but I'm going to go ahead and tap this bottom piece in there, and then I'm just going to glue this piece at the top. And voila, we have our rose back together in one piece. There. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty already, you guys. Oh. I was thinking maybe to put that down and have these sort of coming out the sides. Yes, yes, yes. And this little rose, oh good, I've got two of them. I'm going to put this one here. Right there. And this one's going to go off to this side. And I think those are the last little bitty red roses I have. Okay, and then I'm going to take, do I want to put these down first and then this down sort of on top? Yeah, I think I'm going to lay these down first. I'll put that one there. And that one there. And this, I'm going to put a little bit of E6000 on this one. Because we don't want this to come loose. And then I'll put a dot of hot glue in the center. And that way it'll stick down right away. And we need more glue. I am down to almost no glue left. I need to get some hot glue. And I'm putting a generous amount of hot glue in the center of this. And there we go. And I'm just going to hold that down for a minute because I don't want it to come up. Got to make sure it stays down. No light flowers in this one. We're not going to do that. Okay, we're going to stick with the same family of color. I may be using this, I think I'm going to use this white ribbon though that I've crinkled up, and I'm wondering, do I want, just trying to decide if I want leaves on this. And yeah, I think I am going to use these leaves, but I am going to cut them down a bit so that I can just kind of tuck it under. This big rose here. Again, trying not to disturb the letters. On the wooden piece. This little flower. There we go. We've got that leaf on there. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one or not. I don't think I'm going to. I think what I'm going to do is I may take this one and see if I can lift these up a little bit and have this one sort of coming out the top. Again, I'm going to have to cut some off of it because I don't have enough room to really get it in there good. And we're just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom and tuck it up under these flowers right here. And there I covered up my entire corner piece. I hate when I do that, especially when it's something like that that I know I don't have a lot of. Okay. Now, what I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to use this little heart or not. I'm just trying to decide. Definitely going to use this. And I think I want to kind of tuck it right there. Ah, good. I found another rosebud and it was really, really bugging me to have that little empty space. I was trying not to say anything, but it was bothering me. And I found another rosebud. So, yay. There. Now I feel like that's filled in right. Okay. So then I think I'll scrunch that rose up just a little bit. I think I'm going to have this sort of coming out right there. And we're going to put a little bit of E6000 on this. And Some hot glue over there. I just love, look at this. This is a piece that I got from Kiki's sale. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love that it's got that dangle hanging off of it. I got a few of these. I got one in pink, red, and I think a purple. And I just love, I love all of the bling that I get from Debbie over at Kiki's. She just comes up with the best stuff. And I know right now she's working very diligently on trying to get some new items that she has not had before. So she's working hard on that. I was debating on using one of these hearts somewhere in this, but I just don't know if it's gonna work. Maybe if it's coming out, oh, it looks pretty just coming out the back like that. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I didn't even think of that before, that I could just kind of put it on the back side. So we're just gonna place this heart right back here and have it sort of popping up like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. Okay. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. I played and played and played with that doggone heart, trying to figure out how I could use it. I have a little clock too. I was debating between the heart and the clock, but I think the heart for this one works better. We're not going to use that clock. I'm going to put you back in my filigree jar. And then I do want to use a couple of my pearl trim. And I'm going to put one. I need a toothpick to pop that in there. Sorry, you guys. And I need it turned ever so slightly. I think I'm going to put a little drop of glue behind that big pearl there. Okay, so there's that one. And we're going to pop this one right in front of the heart there. Right there. And then we'll have this one just kind of coming out the side here. I'd like to get your opinion, everybody. I did get a comment from someone on my plates that I did, my plate video, and they felt like I used too many flowers on that. And I do tend to really use a lot of flowers. I do know this about myself. So I get it, but for me, I didn't feel like I had used too many flowers. I really, really liked the way they came out. So I just wanted to get everybody's opinion on the flowers, the flower situation. Am I using too many flowers? I know sometimes even I will look at something and say, "Ooh, Carol, you overdid it on the flowers there." But most of the time, you know, I'm pretty happy with the outcome of my pieces. So this is what we have so far. Is that not gorgeous, you guys? Oh my gosh. I'm so, so happy with this. And then I'm going to take, this is just some white organza ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree, you know, in their little spools. And I took it and I crunched it up and I rolled it up and I warmed up my hands real good so that the crunch would stay in it. And then I tied it, making it, you know, have a whole bunch of loops. Of course, you can't tell they're loops because they're so raggedy, but that's okay. That's what I wanted. I wanted shabby chic. So this is exactly what I was looking for. But I need to figure out, I'm going to place it on this middle piece on here, right behind all of the flowers and stuff. Just trying to get these bow bits to lay the right way. Okay. So I'm just going to take this right back here. I'm going to put a good chunk of glue and I'm going to pop that bow right there in the center. And I think it looks really pretty. And maybe, let's see. Will one of these work? No. I just don't think I have another red rose. I have one of these little bright red roses that I could stick in the center of that bow. I mean, it's not really necessary. I don't think I'm going to do it because it's not necessary. That bow stands on its own, I think. Maybe what I could do, I think, which would be a good idea, is I can take and put a, here we go. Yes. I'm going to put one of these pretty red beads that have all the little rhinestones around it. I'm going to put that in the center of that bow. Just like that. That way it's got something just to kind of offset it a little bit, but it is in red because I really want to keep the red theme on this piece. So that's all I needed was one little pearl. And last but not least, we're going to take and use some Christmas red stickles. And we're going to go around some of these roses with a little bit of this. Hopefully I'm not out of frame. Sorry you guys if I get out of frame today. I'm just not. I'm trying to get so much done today. And I'm not quite with it. I'm not looking at the camera or the picture on the camera as much as I normally try to look at it to make sure I stay in frame. This is pretty. Thank you, Kim, for my red stickles. I love it. Holy moly, this is pretty. And I'll show you guys too, they have little, like little lanterns. at the Dollar Tree that you can buy that light up just like these signs do, and they're really pretty, and I did do one of those. I'm going to do a second one, but I didn't do a video on it. I might do a video on the second one. I'm not sure. I do have another one of these that I'm going to be doing, and I was thinking I was going to try and do it with this video, but I am already at the 45-minute mark, and I think I need to be done. But what I might do is I might do a separate video on the other one, because it's a totally different concept from this. I mean, it's the same type of sign, but it's way different than these two that I've already completed. I'm going to put some stickles on the inside of this flower. Just coming out from that other little rose that I used as the centerpiece. And we'll get this one. And the stickles just kind of helps tie all the roses together. Oh, I think this one's going to be just... The other one is so pretty, and it's in my favorite color because I love purple. But I also love red. I don't do a lot in red, and it's not because I don't like the color. But sometimes I think there's not a lot of people that, you know, there's not always a lot of people that love red like I do. So I try to keep my stuff in more, you know, colors that everybody's going to like. Although I've done some Valentine tins in red with red hearts in this in the part of the embellishments. Oh my gosh, they came out so pretty. Okay, and we're almost through these roses at the top here. Man, I cannot tell you how pretty. I mean, the stickles just took it up 5 notches. It really did. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And we'll put a little bit on these roses, just a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, and we're going to put a little bit on these roses as well. And you can use this stickles on any medium, really. No matter what it is, it will give you the same effect. And it really is just, for this, I wanted to make sure I got it, you know, both at the top and the bottom. And these organza flowers take it pretty well. And the thing I like about the stickles is that once it dries, it doesn't dry clumpy. It dries really nicely, and it just kind of like flows in with the fabric or whatever it is you're putting it on, the paper, whatever. It just kind of flows really nicely in with whatever you're adding it to. So I really do like these stickles. And you know, I haven't always used them. I just started recently using them, and I'm so glad I did. We'll put a little bit on these too. Gotta make it all matchy-matchy. I'll show you guys the other one that I'm going to do as well. I'll give you a preview of it. And I think you'll agree that it's deserving of a video. So, look at that. OMG. Is that not classy, you guys? I'm going to pull the little sticker out from the battery here. And I'm going to turn it on. Sometimes I don't know if I'm turning it the right way. Let me see here. Nope, I was turning it the wrong way, I think. There we go. Okay, let's turn these lights off so that you can get the full effect. And then I'll turn the light back on so you can see the sparkle and all that good stuff again. But look at that, you guys. Is that not gorgeous? I can't imagine anybody that wouldn't want to try this. This would be a good thing that I could put kids together for. Obviously, the feet would be something that I wouldn't put in the kits because these are the only 4 feet I have. And they're a little bit expensive, so it would make the kits a lot more expensive. But look at that. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness, did this come out great. I'm so glad I found these at the Dollar Tree and decided to do this project because they really are super gorgeous. Found a little chunk of glue that I need to get off the side here. That's okay, I can get that off after the fact. But anyway, I'm super glad I found these, and I think they're just awesome to do this kind of a project with. And this in particular would be an amazing, amazing gift for someone. And that's the ribbon that's at the top. I'll show you that again. I'll turn my lights back on so you can see what the ribbon looks like. Let me turn the light off on this. But you can see the sparkle in that. Look at how pretty that came out. And then here's my little dangle bit. Look how pretty that is. So let me know what you guys think. At the end of this video, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would so greatly appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel and put a little comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this project and if it's something you'd like to see more of. This is one of the lanterns that I did. Let me turn the light on this. So this is one of the lanterns. The other lantern is like this. This is the other one that I'm going to be doing. Super duper pretty too. And I just think that I did this one in reds too, as you can see. This is more of an ornament. These have a piece of twine at the top so you can hang them. How pretty would a tree be with a bunch of these on it? Oh my gosh, it would be so beautiful. It's a really great project, a lot of fun. And I've got glue stuck all over me everywhere. But anyway, so super pretty. I will do a video on one of those as well because I do have that other one sitting here and I've got it all ready to go. I've got my embellishments ready and everything. And this is the other one that I'm going to do. It did not come with a roof on the top of it. It came open on the top like this one was. But I felt like it looked unfinished. So what I did was I took a few of these tongue depressors and I made my own roof. And then I painted it white, of course. And the only thing I've done with this one is I've added my burlap ribbon at the top. But I do have, I'm going to be doing this one in blues, and I do have all my embellishments ready to go. And so I will be putting a video out on this very shortly as well. In fact, I may be doing this right after I finish getting this one taken care of. So anyway, I thank you all for joining my video and for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I would so greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment down below because that does definitely help me. The more comments I can get, the more YouTube will put me out in front of other viewers. And I'm really trying very, very hard to grow my channel right now. So it would be greatly appreciated if you would subscribe and leave a comment and all that good stuff. I do appreciate it. And stick around because I'll have many, can't even talk now. I'll have many more videos to come. And I'm working very hard to come up with new ideas and things to bring to all of you. And I hope you'll try this one. Everybody have a really blessed week. God bless you, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.